Hey, what's up, guys? rayBar checking in with another market update. I appreciate you guys, everyone that's been sticking with me. It's been a little while since I posted my last video. My last video was, I quit my job and a quick portfolio and life update. But here we are, a little about 2 weeks later. I'm going to try and get back into my regular posting schedule. I've settled in the new city I'm in. I still stayed within the state of Texas because obviously greatest state of all time. Smash that like button if you agree, and actually comment Texas down below. So let's get into it. As you guys know, I've been running the wheel strategy on several stocks. SoFi, it's going to be kind of a SoFi Technologies. It's like a banking, student loan, investment, online bank style. And then Plug Power, kind of a hydrogen-based, sustainability vehicle style play, right? Overall, I've been, like I said, running the wheel strategy on that, and that is essentially where you're selling cash secured puts and then covered calls on your position. I have been assigned both Plug and SoFi, so I'm rotating now on the call side of the strategy. Open up a 3-strategy play on NEO, and this is kind of a little bit more high risk. I think I will probably make a video on that kind of strategy in the near future, just to kind of show you guys a little bit of, a different way to earn some extra cash. So obviously, as you guys know, like I said, I did quit my job. I've been jobless now for a couple of weeks. But with that said, what I have been doing is trading a ton of options, not only here on my Robinhood account, but also in my mainstay portfolio. You guys hear me talk about my mainstay portfolio several times. Undecided if I'm going to release that to the public or not. But essentially, since I've quit my job, I've made, roughly about $2,000 in options premiums between my main account and this Robinhood account. And that's kind of how I've been sustaining my daily expenses and my bills while I look for a new job in the new city. With that being said, if you notice here, I did sign up for Robinhood Gold, so I get that 4.9% APY on my excess cash. But what I plan to do is cancel my subscription to the program right before I get billed. So I got a 1 month free, and I was like, hey, why not get 4.9%, on my excess cash for 1 month? So here we are. I'm gonna try and cancel it, like I said, probably sometime next week, right before it triggers the monthly billing, which is about $5. And like I was telling you guys earlier, it takes about, a couple $1,000s for it to be worth it, considering that you pay $5 a month or $60 a year in order to get the Robinhood Gold functionality. There are a couple other benefits like, more in-depth charts for your technical analysis, as well as a little bit of margin, which is basically like your borrowed money on your account. But, I don't really partake in any of that stuff because you can get burned. I'll make a video on margin maybe sometime in the future and the benefits and the cons of it. And that way you guys can get a little bit into it. So Bitcoin, down from about 30,000 over the last couple months. I still buy $1 a day in this, because this money, I'm kind of like, well, if I lose it all, whatever. And if I gain, great. But obviously, if you see here, I only got about $185 in it. So not too much of a risk, but, better to buy now instead of FOMO into the future. If you notice here, I continue with my daily buys of all my various stocks, mainly in VOO, Microsoft, Apple, Meta, some tech stocks. Got Realty Income and Main Street Capital as my monthly kind of income play. Best bank in the world, JP Morgan Chase. 2 companies that I think are sleepers, Aflac and Archer's Daniel Midland. And then I got a couple spec plays here, right? Palantir, ORGN, and Plug SoFi, which again, I'm running the wheel strategy on that. So it's a little bit different than holding a permanent long position. The portfolio is back up to about the highs of what it was before I took that massive dip after buying ORGN a little bit too early. Go back and watch my last video. Talking about ORGN, so Origin Materials Inc., the sustainability stock that will make you a millionaire. I think that's a really good overview of ORGN. And then I made another video, timing is everything, where I ended up buying in, to 100 plus shares a little bit too early. And ultimately, I've been, like I said, buying about $1 a day in this thing as well. So I'm averaging down my cost from, I think it was like $4 down to about $2.66 now. But now if you notice, the portfolio has grown. I got about 223 shares versus about the 100 shares that I had whenever I had bought at kind of at the wrong time. Overall, not too much change is going on here. Got a couple of stocks on my watch list. I don't know if you guys remember, but if you were following me since the beginning of my YouTube journey, I was talking so heavily about Intel. Intel with kind of like the issues with the geopolitical stuff going on in China with the US. I think that Intel is a great play on domestic fabrication. Recently, Apple and China have been kind of having problems, and I think that Intel is a perfect segue where we can use domestic foundries or kind of other foundries in the various other locations, and potentially, maybe that Apple Intel partnership fires back up again. Who knows? Probably not, but we can always bet on it, right? Anyways, guys, Tesla's booming. There's some positive news on this stock. Obviously China doubles down on EV market, but also I think that, a lot of the push to sustainable materials and sustainable driving. You're going to see a lot of good tax rebates and things like that on if you buy an electric vehicle, and with prices going through the roof, that might be just enough to sway some of the consumers. Overall, guys, some of the things we got to look out for this week. Today is going to be September 11th. Always remember, rest in peace to those that, passed away several years ago, obviously with the 9/11 tragedy. But outside of that, guys, we have to look out for CPI and PPI this week. I believe CPI comes out on the 13th, and then PPI comes out on the 14th. CPI, obviously consumer price index, and then PPI, producer price index. I'm not 100% sure where it's going to go. I think that people are estimating that we're going to get slightly higher CPI due to energy costs going up. And then PPI, I think, will also follow suit. Obviously, a lot of people are kind of shipping their goods back and forth, materials, etc. And if gas prices and oil prices are going up, inflation is going to follow it. And also, cost of producing materials is going to go up. I think, we're kind of stuck in the cycle for higher rates for longer, as the Fed said. And with that, who knows? Some people are speculating that next week, it might be 2 weeks from now. I don't have a calendar in front of me, but the Fed might hold rates steady, or, they might increase another 25 basis points. Me personally, I think that they should raise it another 25 basis points. If you notice earlier in the year, they paused and then it ended up doing 25 basis points the next meeting anyways. And how I look at it is, why pause if you're going to end up raising it the next period? So go ahead and raise it up all the way. And then when you start this cut cycle, go ahead and start it that way. But again, I'm not an economist, so I am not 100% sure on what their thought process is. We can only speculate based off of the data that we're going to get. Anyways, guys, hope you guys have had a wonderful, week so far. I guess it's only Monday, so clearly I am not in the normal swing of things. Could be that I'm unemployed at the moment, but it's honestly been a blessing. Sometimes changing your life and changing your scenery is what we need. Kind of got like a new lease on life, so to speak. Fired up about the next opportunities. And yeah, guys, hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Go ahead and smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Tune in for, the weekly uploads. I'm starting to post my shorts again. If you guys are into silver and gold, go check those out. And appreciate all the support. Thank you, guys. Love you guys. See you on Friday.